Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is January 19th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see our low pressure center right off the coastline here. It's going to have a pretty decent pressure gradient, so we'll bring some gusty winds up and down the coast, some of the higher terrain, especially Sierra Nevada, and across some of the higher terrain of Southern California as well. You can see we've got the Doppler radar overlaid on this also, so some of this precipitation just now starting to make its way into the coastal areas, and this is going to continue on into the weekend, into early next week. Pretty robust precipitation maker for some areas, including portions of Southern California. We'll dive into those details as we go through the video here this morning. Taking a look at the flood watch, you can see the risk level is moderate Saturday morning through late Saturday night. We're looking at Fort Bragg and Shelter Cove here. 2 to 4 inches of rain, minor flooding on roadways, small streams, and poorly drained areas. Increased risk of rock and mudslides, so be careful out there. This was issued this morning by the National Weather Service, Eureka, California. Here so far, this water year from October 1st, we are running below average here. So most of this precipitation is beneficial this time of year as long as it doesn't cause any severe flooding problems. So we're going to be playing catch up here for a bit. We're normally right about 22 and a half inches, and we're averaging 15.6, and you can see the stations the samples from across from Northern California there. This is issued by the National Weather Service, Sacramento. Great stuff. Rainfall forecast Friday through Saturday night. Check it out. San Francisco, 1 to 1.5 inches. And again, to about 10 p.m. Saturday, bigger amounts as you go north, Cloverdale, Santa Cruz, Big Sur, and Gorda, not bad amounts, especially across some of the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada also. And this is for the next system, Saturday night through Monday. Again, another round of some potentially heavy precipitation for a lot of the Bay Area, Central Coast, Northern California, and the Sierra Nevada. This goes all the way to 4 p.m. on Monday. Now, rain Friday through Monday as well down across Southern California. You can see some of these totals holding pretty steady here, so that's a good thing. Up over 1.5 inches, close to 2 inches for some of the Los Angeles metro, maybe some bigger amounts. You see over 2 inches for Santa Barbara here as well, and San Luis Obispo up over 2 inches also. So the snow levels are going to be kind of high here, but a 7,000 plus could see 6 to 12 inches. There is a chance of thunderstorms here as we go Sunday night into Monday as well. We'll take a closer look at that as we get a little bit closer to this event incoming here. This graphic here was issued yesterday by the National Weather Service, Los Angeles. Also another one here for rain timing and intensity. You can see Santa Barbara, Ventura, Los Angeles here. And you can see Monday, they do have that chance for a thunderstorm, and you can see some rain on Saturday also across Southern California. And then another round here as we go towards Sunday and on in through Monday. And again, the higher snow levels there. This is looking towards Hanford National Weather Service. Projected rainfall amounts through Monday evening. Again, across the higher terrain, better amounts. But look at some of these snowfall amounts. Pretty big totals as you go across some of the higher terrain. But again, the snow levels are going to be relatively high with these systems incoming here. They do have a winter storm watch, though, and that's for 7,000 feet and above. You can see 2 to 3 feet above 10,000, 1 to 2 feet from 7 to 10,000. And this is from Sunday afternoon all the way on in through very early Tuesday morning. So be planning on for some road closures out there, some tough travel, definitely going to be a possibility. And Arizona as well, you can look and see Phoenix here for Sunday. You can see maybe a couple tenths of an inch, then rainfall Monday through Tuesday, another half an inch up towards an inch as well. So it could be a good rainmaker here for portions of some of the desert. I mean, at least you're getting a little bit here. And then portions of western Arizona, Phoenix, and potentially even up towards Las Vegas, a bit of rain coming here as well. And even look at this, Lake Valley, Saturday, Sunday, have a little bit of rain shower activity there in the forecast. So that'll be nice. Now, taking a look for San Diego, you can see this is Saturday and Sunday, round one here. Not bad. You can see up over a half an inch for San Diego and portions of the LA metro. And as we go through Sunday night into Monday, potentially heavier rainfall incoming here as well. As you can see, Oceanside over an inch. San Diego forecast up towards 1.5 inches as well. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station, this is what the app looks like on your phone. You click through these things, all kind of detailed information for you, stores all the data for you in the cloud, and it's a very nice looking system as well. Easy to set up, all solar powered, and there goes your smartphone there. So click on that link down below if you want to buy one of those. Now, taking a look at the wider view of the Pacific Ocean, we got the Hawaiian Islands, we got Alaska, and we got California here to the right, Japan all the way here to the left. So here goes our system that we're watching right now. We saw it on the infrared satellite imagery, sending that frontal system through. Another impulse kind of swinging through as we go through Sunday, and then yet that next system as we go through Sunday night into Monday, encompassing much of the state of California. And then maybe another weak system, mainly north parts. It tries to bring some precip down towards the central coast there, however, as well. And you can kind of see this ridge starting to build here. Maybe it's the atmospheric river pointing at the Pacific Northwest. How close is that going to get to California? We'll continue to watch that very closely over the next few days. Looking at the GFS here, so we're going to look a little bit further out into the future. This one is hot off the presses, 12Z. There goes our current system. Next system kind of, or impulse I should call it, kind of moves through on Sunday. Then the next system bringing that rain across much of the state of California as we go on into early Tuesday morning. And then it shows the same thing on that the European does with some sort of a system moving through the midweek period. But then that atmospheric river, how close is it going to get? Is it going to hold off precipitation for much of the state? We'll watch that. It's still 180 hours out there into the forecast. But you can see we might be getting a break here as we go towards the end of January. But then maybe another frontal system swinging through. But that's way off into fantasy land right now. Not going to worry about that too much. However, in the short term, you can see the North American model, high resolution. It does show that precipitation coming all the way down across Southern California. You can see the snow flying across the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada as we go on in through tomorrow morning and the day tomorrow. And the precipitation kind of continues on. Not much of a break here for many areas as we go on in through Sunday. Hopefully we can continue to pile up that snowfall. And then the next system will be swinging through here as we go on in through Monday as well. And this is kind of looking at the winds here really quick. So you can see our low pressure center that is spinning up the coastline currently, and the winds increasing here as we go through this afternoon and tonight for many of the coastal areas and some of the Sierra Nevada as well. As you can see, that low pressure center getting a bit close to the Oregon-California border here by the time we go in towards Saturday morning. Here we are, max 10-meter wind gusts. I'll just scroll through this quickly because you can see some of the higher gusts maybe approaching 50 miles per hour along the immediate coastline there in some of the higher terrain in Northern California. And you can see some bigger gusts coming for some of the Sierra Nevada and Southern California here as well. Nothing too extreme, but that's pretty windy along the coastline. You can see some areas getting up over 50 miles per hour here as well as the track of that low pressure center brings it right towards the Oregon-California border, abeam it there off to the west. Now, looking at the visibility in miles, I want to show this really quick. You can see the fog. It's moving around this morning. So if some of that's still out there, of course, use your low beams and be careful. But this system should stir things up here as we go on in through Saturday morning. You notice we don't have that dense fog development across much of the valley. And then we go towards Sunday morning, and it doesn't show redevelopment of that as well. So hopefully getting rid of that dense fog, at least for a time. Now, here's day 2 excessive rainfall outlook. So this starts Saturday morning and through Sunday morning here, and you can see it is targeting Northern California, down towards the Bay Area for some marginal, including some of the northern Sierra Nevada. Here's day 3 from Sunday morning through Monday. You start to see that creeping down the coastline here and starting to include the Bay Area. This is a slight risk of flash flooding there, 15% within any 25 miles of any given point out there. And this is for day 4, Monday through Tuesday morning here, and it includes Southern California. So we got to watch the system closely here. Could have some flooding concerns with some of that activity. Now, this is looking at actual precipitation amounts on the National Blended Models. We'll scroll through this here, and I'm now on into about Saturday night. You can see San Francisco just over half an inch there. Fort Bragg, 1.6. Starting to pile some of that up across the Sierra Nevada. Now, as we go on in through Sunday night, you can see increased amounts here. Now, we're going to continue on and look at some of these rainfall amounts. Some robust amounts up over 4, 5, 6 inches for some of the higher terrain, like Fort Bragg, 3.6. San Francisco getting up over 2 inches as well. You scroll off a little bit more, and then as we go through next week, we might have that next system kind of impacting central and northern California also. But yeah, pretty good rainfall amounts incoming here. And this is looking for Southern California. Let's scroll through here. So as we're going on into tomorrow morning, you can see some of that rain starting to fly across Southern California here. And by the time we get on to Sunday morning, look at that, Los Angeles, 0.8. Oceanside, San Diego, some bigger amounts across the higher terrain, a little bit north of the Los Angeles metro there. And if we watch the next system rolling in here, look at some of these totals. 2 inches for Los Angeles by the time we get towards Monday, about 10 p.m. there. You can see Santa Maria, 1.5, some bigger amounts along the coastal areas. We get Oceanside up towards 1.8 also. So not bad. And also looks like it's trending a little bit upwards for some of the desert areas, like Las Vegas, maybe 7/10 of an inch by the time we get into Tuesday morning as well. Look at that, 8/10 by the time we go into Tuesday afternoon. Not bad. Looking at the National Blended Models, just kind of reminding everybody this should just be a higher elevation snowfall event, but it does show a little bit across some of the Southern California mountains. Again, that should be falling above 7,000 feet, and you can get some really big amounts over 7 or 10,000 feet here across the Sierra Nevada as we go on into the early portion of the upcoming week. And if you're going out and about in the backcountry here, check out avalanche.org. You can click on these individual locations, gives you all kinds of good data. And if it's flashing red, means there's actually active avalanche warnings, and you can see Mount Shasta up there as well. well. And I clicked on one of these for the central Sierra Nevada, and it does talk about some of the issues out there as well. There is still some large slab avalanche possible in some isolated areas. So, keep your safety margins wide. This is the 8 to 14 day with that ridging building here. We might start to dry out here, at least for a time. But some of the extended forecasts do show another jet extension moving across the Pacific Ocean here. So hopefully this is just going to be kind of a short-term thing. This is the 8 to 14 day temperature with the southwest flow expected to be above average. And this is looking at the European as of last night. So if we extend all the way out here, you can kind of see, we're really grasping at straws here, but you can see that a jet extension kind of moving across the Pacific here as we go out to the 300-hour time frame here. And for example, a trough like that with a strong jet stream would be a pretty dynamic storm for California, but purely fantasy right now. We're just trying to kind of see if that El Nino signature is going to come back here as we go towards the end of January on into the early portion of February there. But anyway, prepare for rainfall here over the next few days. Pretty dynamic systems here for much of the state of California. I remember living down in Los Angeles there, how crazy things would get. Even a quarter inch makes for kind of some wild media news coverage out there and you get as well. So you can get some totals up over 2 inches. It get pretty wild out there with some localized flooding. Also, you saw that we had some of that slight risk for some flash flooding concerns across some of Southern California, up the coastal areas, including Bay Area. But anyway, we'll break this system back down again tomorrow. We'll see how things are trending. We'll continue to look off through the extended forecast, and I hope you guys are having a good day. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.